what's your name?
Steve.
Steve? Okay, cool. Alright, I have you. My name is Gavin. I'm also a member of the Cadre. Super excited tonight. We found this new piece of equipment from the Institute, and we're hoping you can help us figure it out and hopefully get Jess's ID number. So let's go ahead and get in. Luckily, all these students are walking around and blend into the Institute. Doesn't get suspicious. Head on in here. Right this way. Gotta be quiet so we don't alarm anybody. Alright, come on in. So this is the new equipment. You just want to take a seat in one of these chairs. And then I have a message from Mr. E to get you started on your task.
Welcome, travelers, to your first real mission. The artifacts that you recently experienced at the Greg Museum are one small part of the Institute's new, bolder approach to their presence on campus. For many years, they've been content amongst the shadows and the freedom those dark corners provided. But like their new recruitment for study participants, the museum exhibit is another step into the sunlight. These changes of behavior are, naturally, of great concern. We had previously known of its existence, but not its whereabouts. But thanks to the exhibit at the Greg Museum, we managed to acquire a complete list of the artifacts in the Institute's possession, which led us here to this lab and this amazing device. We're sending a copy of the Looking Glass's password to the printer. It's been encrypted to prevent others from intercepting it. Once you decipher the password, enter it into the terminal to learn more about its astonishing properties.
I'm gonna go keep watch outside, but you should be getting the password information soon.
I'm Dr. Alistair Belden, and this is the orientation film for experimental negative energy device number 2, the Looking Glass. Device 2 was originally constructed as an experiment where our scientists could work to understand the unique properties of NED matter on the Casimir effect. Remarkably, what we discovered was that by employing NED-powered and coated mirrors such as the Looking Glass, it in fact creates an imperfect form of an Einstein-Rosen bridge, more commonly known as a wormhole. This Einstein-Rosen bridge, although not transversal, still allows the Institute to conduct unique experiments in fourth-dimensional space. This particular device only involves trace amounts. Given your group's specific area of expertise, you should find it no surprise that the Looking Glass's primary purpose is observation. By inputting specific temporal targeting data, one can observe either the past, the present, or the future. For example, by utilizing the Looking Glass in this manner, we have learned that in the year 2001, the same year as the fictional Stanley Kubrick film, the President of the United States will be a man named George W. Bush. Additionally, we have learned that humanity will be able to share the digital information instantaneously using tiny computers small enough to fit in our pockets. Isn't that astonishing? Now, during your time assigned to the Looking Glass, you and your colleagues will be tasked with observing and recording a variety. This device you have been selected to study is one of our safest NED experiments here at the Institute. Despite this, it does come with some potential side effects, all of which I assure you are temporary. Please notify your supervisor immediately if you have any of the following symptoms: insomnia, new or worsening migraines, hyperfocus, hallucinations, a new or developing synesthesia, unnaturally colored urine, paralysis of the fingers, prosopagnosia, otherwise known as face blindness, a new or worsening obsession with dairy products, intense feelings of deja vu, or conversely, feeling like you've never been there before, an acute sense of human auras, sudden feelings of oneness with the universe, acute onset of the future, sleep driving, compulsive gambling, compulsive laundry sorting, a heightened awareness of repeated sequences of numbers, a sudden attraction to inanimate objects, a new or worsening ability to see across all of time and space, and finally, strokes of genius. Lasting more than 4 hours. Attempt to use the computer for anything other than inputting the targeting data. This is its only function. Naturally, you may be tempted to try and utilize the computer for communication with the other side of the mirror. This is strictly forbidden. Attempting to use the computer in this manner will compromise the integrity of the experiment, or worse, the timeline itself. I repeat, do not use the computer for anything other than entering targeting data. One final word of caution. If during the course of your work with the Looking Glass you happen upon yourself in the past or future, do not make eye contact. There is a very, very remote possibility that doing so may accidentally erase your existence. However, this is, as yet, an unproven theory. So do both of yourselves a favor and simply let that handsome fellow go about his business. On behalf of myself, Dr. Faraday, and all of us here at the Institute, thank you for this. Good luck.
As you can see, the Looking Glass provides us with a unique opportunity to confirm a few of our suspicions on the whereabouts of the first student to go missing, Jess Grayson. As you've no doubt already surmised, the missing students are not simply missing. We have evidence that suggests that Jess was in attendance at the spiritualist event found on your postcard in 1922. So yes, either accidentally or intentionally, your missing colleagues are not simply missing, but lost in time. So, your mission here this evening is to use the Looking Glass to observe this event and if possible, not only confirm Jess's presence, but also retrieve a vital piece of information from her retrieval. Every employee of the Institute is given a unique ID number used to identify them in their systems and experiments. However, our lost friends' ID numbers were purged from the database and other systems following their disappearance. We strongly believe we'll need each of their numbers in order to bring them home. And finally, while the Looking Glass is a functional device, it is ultimately still an experimental piece of technology and therefore has not been perfected. As a result, it has a tendency to overheat and lose connection with very little warning. We are uncertain if this overheating will alert the Institute to your presence, so remain vigilant. Your contact will keep watch outside while you proceed. Thank you for answering our call and for your dedication to the Cadre. Until next time, travelers.
There's no way you could have about my mother's family. Or that bit about my brother? I'm speechless.
That much is clear.
Who is next, then? Do you, miss?
No, thank you, sir.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Teddy, I'm here at state to study science, not card tricks.
Hey, you agreed to come support me. And our new friend.
Hey, don't drag me into this one. I'm Switzerland over here.
And besides, what is science in fact? Exploring the possibilities of the unknown. For all we know, his gifts could be some new form of energy we're yet to understand. Even Scientific Americans keep an open mind. I've published several articles about it. And even Mr. Evidence himself, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, believes.
I may be here to support you both, but that doesn't mean I have to partake.
I suppose it's acceptable. Well, what about you, Miss Grayson? Care for a turn?
Oh, well,
Come on, it'll be enlightening, especially considering.
Stop badgering her, Ted. You don't have to if you don't want to, Jess.
well, I mean, I guess it can't hurt. I could use some enlightening right about now, so why not see what he has to say?
Excellent! Oh, this will be a guess. Very well then. Shall we begin?
Sure.
Please, place your hands upon the cards, and I shall rest mine lightly upon your own. Now close your eyes. Think of what it is that you wish to know. You have a very unusual energy about you. I noticed it when I first arrived. Do you know what I speak?
Not really.
Right.
Please hush. You are somehow distinct. I have never seen an aura such as yours before.
Interesting.
There is an oscillation to your energy, a restlessness. You are from somewhere very different, I think. Would you say this is the case?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Lots of folks at state are from someplace else.
Don't interrupt. Yes, perhaps that's it. Now, do you have your question firmly in your mind, Miss Grayson?
Yes.
Excellent. Please, open your eyes and cut the cards into 3 piles. If I may, what question is it that you would ask of the beyond?
Oh, well, I just want to know if there's a way for me to get home. I've been here for weeks, and I still don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do next.
Well, let's see what the cards have to say, shall we?
Okay.
The strangeness continues.
What is it you see?
A situation at odds with itself. A confusion of strong opposing forces. This section here, the cross, is clear to me. These over here are murky. Oh, jeez, is that the death card? That's not good.
Teddy, don't be ridiculous.
Should I be concerned about that?
Please have no fear. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Now, this first card represents you, the hermit. You had set forth on your path with noble intentions, seeking the truth. But because he is reversed, your path would have unknowingly been filled with danger. And now you find yourself trapped and alone, lost.
She said as much earlier.
This second card represents an obstacle in your path, something at cross purposes to you. In this case, the Hierophant could be significant in multiple ways. Tradition, pre-existing rules, or social structures may stand in your way. Of course, it could also be a representation of a person, a mentor perhaps, someone whom you look up to but is in opposition to you and not your friend. Most likely a man.
Both of those feel true. I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
It can't be me. We just met a few weeks ago.
And you're certainly no one's mentor.
Now this card, the card which crowns you, serves as a dream or goal. And the Four of Wands in this position would indicate that you wish for a reunion of sorts. A time of togetherness with friends and family. In this case, perhaps a return to your community or home.
Yes, that's absolutely what I want.
A caution, however, as goals in this position are often unrealistic or unattainable, and serve instead as something which drives us, what we strive for. Whether or not we attain it is another matter. Now, this card is the roots and purest essence of your situation. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is about fate. You mustn't cling to the idea that you have any control over your circumstances. There are forces at work that cannot be moved by human will and action alone. However, you mustn't blame yourself for your predicaments. The Wheel of Fortune is always in motion. Sometimes we are on the bottom, and luckily, as it turns, we will be on top again.
Well, there you have it. Things are going to get better.
Now, this card represents what is behind you, what has already passed. And it would tell me that something momentous has happened. A radical change has occurred which has shaken you to your very core. Do you know of what I speak?
Definitely.
Although the Tower can be an ominous card and initially painful, do not be discouraged. These kinds of foundational changes can clear the way for something new and wonderful. Even though it may feel as though the Tower has crumbled around you, do not lose hope.
That's reassuring.
Yes, indeed. Especially when what lies ahead of you is the lovers. Perhaps a new man in your life, or a reunion with the one from before.
Why does everyone keep looking at me?
I doubt I'll be seeing him again. He hasn't even been. Never mind.
Curious. It could also signal an important partnership. A union of two powerful forces.
How exciting.
Teddy,
This is where things become less clear. Here we have the Chariot. You may feel as though you have much willpower, control, and confidence. However, here a man appears again as the Magician. But when he is reversed, he is deceptive, manipulative, even reckless. And here, you either hope for or fear lying schemes with the Seven of Swords. I cannot tell which. And the outcome, death.
So that's bad, right?
Not necessarily. The death card is a symbol of transition and transformation. Whether or not that transition is good or bad is to be determined by you. In this case, it could possibly signal another great upheaval in your life, which could either be welcome or not.
I guess that makes sense. Normally, I'm a pretty confident person.
Perhaps a return to form, then.
But the man is puzzling.
Agreed. So now you see why I find it so troubling. Where this man is concerned, there is much uncertainty. He appears in both your past and your future. And yet, you say this is not possible.
Well, I guess it's not impossible.
Then, if you wish for clarity, I must seek answers by other means. Would you all please remove any metal or jewelry from your hands and wrists and place them here in this bowl?
what's going on?
I believe we're about to commune with the spirits.
Yes, indeed. In order to give Ms. Grayson the answers she seeks, I must communicate with the spirits beyond the veil.
Is this really necessary?
You can see for yourself. Just needs answers. And besides, isn't this what we wanted?
You and I both lost loved ones to the influenza pandemic, Daisy. Don't you want to try and talk to them? And besides, everyone says the infirmary is haunted. This could be fun.
Teddy, don't be ridiculous.
What? 13 people died in this building. Some nurses, Lucy Page, and even the president's daughter, Eliza.
I seriously doubt Eliza Riddick died in this infirmary.
That's not the point.
What is the point?
The point is that we have an opportunity here.
Teddy, this is all nonsense.
Miss Adair, your attitude from the outset has been most discourteous and insulting. I feel as though I have been invited in a spirit of mockery. And if this is how I am to be treated, perhaps I should simply say good night and take my leave of you all.
No, please don't. Please stay and finish. I want to know more. She'll be civil. Please, Daisy. I have been here for weeks, and I still have no idea how I'm supposed to get home.
Home? Just this is your home. The sooner you realize you're suffering from a form of hysteria, the sooner you truly will get better. They can't keep you in this infirmary forever, you know. If you don't get well soon, they'll send you up the hill to the state hospital at Dix. You shouldn't be indulging in your delusions like this.
Delusion or not, this has been incredibly helpful. I don't want you to worry about me. I don't feel worse. I feel better.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Because you don't want to go there, Jess. I spent some time up there at the nursing school, back when I thought I wanted to be a nurse. It is not a pleasant place, and I'd hate to see you end up there.
I won't. It's sweet of you to worry about me. But I'll be okay.
All right. I apologize. I would greatly appreciate it if you could continue to help my friend. Please, go on.
Very well. I accept your most gracious apology. As I will say, please remove the metal from your hands.
Thank you.
Please have no fear. Communing with the spiritual entities is my specialty. Now, I ask that you place your hands upon the table and allow them to touch slightly, like so. The energy must flow between us, and I shall be its conduit with the beyond. Now, I'll place my hand here upon this stone, and Miss Grayson, please place your hand upon mine. I will ask the spirits questions, and they will provide us an answer by simply moving the stone. Left is a yes response, and right, a no response. If we are lucky, we may move beyond this simple means of communication, but we shall see. You understand?
We do.
Shh! I must ask that you do not distract me while the spirits are present.
Yes, of course. We'll try our best.
Thank you. Now, please close your eyes. Of course, I cannot guarantee that they will join us, or indeed that anything will happen, but on the other hand,
We understand.
good. Now, I ask now that you suspend your disbelief. And I beg of you your fortitude as we proceed. Allow your minds to drift with me through the inky blackness of time. Allow your senses, your imagination to float unencumbered, to float with me back through time, to a time before time, when the spirits roamed the formless seas, and the old gods walked their ancient waters. I call forth the undying. I call forth the speakers who would speak with us. Answer me! Answer me! Come to me! Oh, yes, I sense them. They're present. They're watching you and I with wry amusement. I ask now, is there a traveler from beyond the veil who would speak with us? A simple yes or no will suffice. Speak, traveler, and I shall hear you.
Are you talking Are you talking to us?
Please, spirits, only a yes or no.
Yes.
Oh my god, I felt it move!
Okay.
Excellent. They are present, and I sense them clearly. Now, spirits, I ask now, is there anyone there who would speak with anyone here?
Yes. Oh. Okay.
How wonderful, thank you. Now, is it me whom you wish to speak with?
Yes.
Why, thank you, spirits. I am searching for answers from Miss Grayson. Spirits, would you speak with her?
Yes.
How wonderful. Thank you, spirits. Oh! Oh my god! Somebody touched my head.
Jeez, Teddy, you scared the shit out of me! Just language! Sorry.
I'm so sorry, y'all, but something really did just touch me.
May we please continue?
Yes, of course, I'm sorry.
Perhaps it is simply the spirits toying. Oh, spirits, tell us, are you someone from Miss Grayson's past?
No.
That
Or
is
yes.
a most unusual response.
Yes.
How interesting.
Interesting good or interesting bad?
It is simply unusual. Most contacts from the beyond are lost loved ones, ones who have already passed. Then, are you perhaps someone from Miss Grayson's future?
Yes.
Perhaps this is no spirit at all, but some other presence.
Could it be Emma?
No.
Emma, is that you?
No.
Who's Emma?
Emma's my
No.
best friend from before.
Hi.
She must be worried sick about me, her and my parents. And I'm sure they're going crazy looking for me, and I don't know if I am ever going to see them again.
May yet, my dear, remember the cause. The wheel of fortune is perpetually in motion. So too, the wheel of time.
But Emma's not dead. She hasn't even been born yet. This is so confusing.
This is fanning the flames of her delusion.
She'll be fine. Spirits, is there among you one by the name of Emma?
No.
Well, regardless of who or what you are, have you come to help Ms. Grayson?
Yes. Yes.
That is comforting news. I believe we will leave the stone behind for now, and I shall attempt to communicate directly with this spirit. I ask that we hold hands for this. This will require greater energy. At this time, I wish to extend an invitation to this entity to speak with me more fully. Speak and I shall hear you.
Hello.
Well, hello, spirit. I ask now, what is it that you seek?
Oh, an ID number.
I sense that while they do wish to help you, they seek a number of some sorts. Do you know what they mean?
A number? Any number?
I'm no expert.
ID number.
My dear, I may not be able to use to you.
What number?
I'll inquire. Speak further, spirits, of this strange number.
Identification number.
It's some sort of identification number, but for what?
I had a lot of ID numbers. I had a school ID and a social security card. I don't
From
know.
the Institute.
Oh, they're speaking after an institution of some sorts? Were you institutionalized previously?
No.
Oh, no, not an institution.
No,
an
the Institute.
An academy, perhaps.
Are they from the Institute?
Yes.
Not sure.
They're from the Institute. Which identification did they need?
Oh, members of the great institute, what identification number do you seek?
I need Jess's number. The Emma's number.
I feel as though my connection to the spirit world may be fading. It's some number unique to you.
Oh, my ID.
Yes,
Right, okay,
yes.
My Institute ID. Crap, I don't know if I had it memorized. It was
Yeah, I got, yes.
ID number?
Yes, I got it, yeah.
Quickly. There. I have to leave you here. Gotta check and see what the institute's doing, but we'll be in touch. Keep
Okay.
on your email.
All right, thank you.